The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Clark's Pump and Shop, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, I'm Gary Ball. Welcome into the 20th season of the Scholastic Ball Report. We got a great show for you this week. As always, we have a feature from WKYT. The Roberts Insurance Team of the Week, the Pulaski Southwestern Girls Basketball Team. Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete of the Week, Reagan Patterson, a diving champion from Madison Southern. From Nicholasville, we have the Sutherland Chevrolet Driver of the Week with some great sports action. From UK Sports Medicine Healthcare, athletic tips from Jenny DeAngelis. Well, we know what you want. The best highlights in the state of Kentucky. We got them. It's called Game Time with Brian Milam, Lee K. Howard, Lindsey Gall.
When LCA Lexington Catholic met January 3rd, LCA scored the game's first 18 points. Game was over, right? Led by 18 at the half. Led for 31 minutes and 40 seconds. Well, you can see the Knights come back and win 67-66. Tonight, the scene shifted to Clays Mill Road, and I think we have found our replacements. In the future, maybe not.
Oh,
One day. LCA starts quickly from downtown Anderson Green for three, but the Knights showed the range as well. Hudson Sparks, game high 22. Boom. But the Knights, Reese Potter decides to show the versatility of his game. The tallest man on Clays Mill Road hits the three, drives the baseline for the hammer, dials up the 16-footer. How about a rebound and the putback basket? And just for good measure, defense to offense. The 6'11" big man with the anticipation takes it in for the finish. What a quarter. The Knights, what a game. 65-37. Potter had 17.
Entering the stretch drive of the season, 13th region preseason favorite North Laurel, 17-10. They've played a grind of a schedule tonight. 21-3 Covcath came to London. Reed Shepard presented with his McDonald's All-American honors prior to the start, and then he'll lead us off with the steal, the slam. Shepard 19 points, 10 rebounds, 8 dimes, 3 steals. Not bad. But Ryan Davidson playing very well too. The North Side strong man shows the hops and the flush. 21 for him. The Jags could shoot it also. Southpaw style. Brody Brock from the left wing. It's true. North Laurel avenges a loss earlier in the season to the Colonels. 72-58. North out rebounded Covcath 41-18. Out.
Neighbor helping neighbor. At Whitaker Bank, we believe in giving back to our communities. Through our many sponsorships, we help provide our fellow Kentuckians with family-friendly fun and events, and scholarships to help students reach their dreams. We know you need banking to be fast and easy. We help with personalized services like mobile deposit. Get the app today and snap deposit. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
My son's name is Casey. He died from an overdose to heroin at the age of 23. When we were in crisis with Casey, we were not allowed to do anything to intervene on his disease.
Charlotte Wethington decided to turn her pain into purpose. Casey's Law gives you, the family or friend of someone in addiction, the ability to help your loved one when they can't help themselves, by ultimately sending them to treatment. For assistance with the Casey's Law process, call the number on your screen now.
Good things come to those who wait. Unless you use Distinctive Design Remodeling to upgrade your home, go from fine to fantastic faster than you might think. With this many finished projects, what are you waiting for? Get your project finished faster with Distinctive Design Remodeling.
Their new heroes are also their most wanted fugitives.
I'm big excited.
Gotham Knights. New series premieres Tuesday, March 14th, only on the CW.
When Kylie Dennis stepped onto the court at Scott County, the Sayre senior guard was 15 points shy of a milestone.
I've been wanting to do this since I was a little kid. Me and my dad have been talking about it. He kept encouraging me to get this goal, and I knew that I had to do it, so I had to keep grinding on the off days and getting to where I need to be.
The goal, 2,000 career points, something only a handful of girls basketball players in Lexington's history have accomplished.
As a dad, just kind of trying to stay calm for her, you know, and try to relay that to her somehow and keep her calm, because I know she was just wanting to get that, you know, hit that number, just get it over with. So I was doing the same thing, counting down.
And late in the first quarter, it happened.
It feels great to be able to accomplish this and move into college with 2,000 points and being the first at Sayre to reach this goal. So it's great.
She earned this. You know, it's been a long time in the making. You know, I don't know that she specifically set out years ago to hit the 2K mark, but you know, what a milestone for her.
But 15 points wouldn't be enough for Kylie. The Southern Indiana commit finished the game with 30 points, 12 rebounds, 6 steals, 4 assists, and 4 blocks, despite being double-teamed for most of the game.
We talk before every game, making sure I do what I need to do to win the game for my team, and he's just great, and he pushes me as hard as I can go, so I don't know what I would do without him.
And while it's clear that Kylie and her dad have a close relationship, she says he only gets to hang on to that record-breaking ball till they get home.
No, it's going to be in my room next to my 1,000. So.
With your Athlete of the Week, I'm Lee K. Howard, WKYT.
Hello, welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report. As we honor the Roberts Insurance Team of the Week, girls basketball team, Pulaski Southwestern. With us is basketball coach Junior Molden, 3 of his players. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Thank you for having us on.
Coach Molden, talk to us about your season so far this year.
We've come on as of late. We've been dealing with a lot of injuries, but schedule's probably the hardest schedule we've had since I've been here for sure. And kids have really learned a lot along the journey. I'm really happy the way we're playing defensively right now. I think if we get healthy here at the end of the year, we were going to be in the conversation again for another regional run.
What's the makeup of your team?
Well, we're still very similar to we were in the past. We like to push the ball, get up, and shoot a lot of three-pointers. We've had to play some half-court basketball as of late with some of the injuries we've had. But our kids, I feel like defensively is the backbone of what we do right now. And we've been holding our opponents below 45 points here lately. That's a goal of ours. But, you know, we've just been so injured up of late that we've been kind of fishing for some other players right here. And some kids have stepped up. We had a big win last night at Franklin County on the road. And our kids, I felt like that was the most together we had been all season long in a tough environment as well. And one of my seniors back here, Aiden Smitty, hit a three-pointer at the buzzer. I'm really proud of how all 3 of these seniors played last night. They stepped up big time.
Introduce your players and tell us a little bit about them.
Aiden Smitty, senior point guard right here. If you don't know her by now, then you all have not been. Smitty girls have been in my program ever since I've been here. I've coached all these girls through middle school and then into high school. So it's been an easy transition to the high school level. This is Aiden Smitty. Kaylee Young, another senior right here. One of the most underrated players in the 12th region that I've ever seen. For some reason, people don't see what we see, and I'm pretty happy because it helps in the scout report part of things. But she has been a backbone of our program, especially defensively the last 6 years here at this program. And then Cameron Hall, my shooting guard from the outside right here, hit the screen last night for Aiden Smitty to get open for the three-pointer at the buzzer. Cameron and Aiden have been playing for me since 4th grade, so they've come through all the way with me. If they don't love me by now, I guess they're ever going to love me.
Right. Let's start with Kaylee Young. Kaylee, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How long have you been playing basketball?
Ever since I can remember, I guess kindergarten.
What positions have you played and that you like the most?
Well, I've been used to being guard, but this year I've been moved to the 4. I can play 2, 3, 4, whatever.
Let me answer that for her. She has played every position on the floor for us this year.
Okay. What part of your game has improved the most, you think, Kaylee?
I would say my defense. I like playing defense the most. It gives me confidence to go down the floor and play offense. So,
Aiden, Smitty, who got you interested in playing basketball?
Probably my older sister, Alexa. I was going to be a cheerleader like my twin sister, but she decided to play and I wanted to be like her, so I decided to go play basketball.
And what do you like about the game of basketball?
I like the freedom as a point guard. I kind of get to control what goes on with the game. I mean, sometimes, don't always make the right decision, but, I try.
She's lying. She likes to shoot the basketball.
What was your favorite win this season?
This season? Probably our last game. It was a really hard game. We had injuries. Our biggest center fouled out, and I hit the last second shot, so that helps too.
Cameron Hall, what individual got you interested in playing basketball?
Oh, probably my sister. I've played basketball since preschool, and she played on a 4th grade team at the time, and they just introduced me to that when I was younger. So I've stuck with it the rest of my life. So.
Do you have any personal goals with the basketball this year?
It's more of a defense goal for me. Offense, I think like it'll go either way. Like if I miss a shot, like Junior just keeps telling us like shoot it, just keep shooting if you miss it. But personal goal for me is like be better on defense and stuff.
Well, we certainly thank you, Coach Molden and Kaylee, Aiden, and Cameron for being with us on the show today.
Appreciate you having us on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, with so many places to buy new appliances, where should you go? A big box store? How about a warehouse club? I don't think so. Go where your neighbors go. P-Rats was voted Central Kentucky's favorite place to buy appliances. Here's why. They have all the major brands at the guaranteed lowest price. Low interest financing with options to fit any budget. Plus an award-winning in-house service and installation team. Voted Central Kentucky's favorite place for appliances. We're the best in the bluegrass.
Nobody beats P-Rats.
No matter who you cheer for or what the sport,
Clark's Puppet Shop is there to support the young people who play.
Whether it's a snack on the way to the game or restocking on the way home, Clark's is the winning stop. And whether you're choosing from drinks, chips, or a one-of-a-kind crispy, crunchy chicken, you'll be a winner no matter what the scoreboard says.
Clark's Puppet Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Join me in the circle.
Step into the circle.
Tune into Circle.
Wait. What is Circle?
Let me show you.
Circle is your home for all things country.
Crank it up!
Live performances, country lifestyle shows, and more, all right here on Circle. Step into the Circle now to see the artists you love, the originals you want, and the lifestyle you need.
You are going to have a great time.
Country plays here. Watch Circle on 27.3.
Hello and welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report as we honor the Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete of the Week. This week, our Scholar Athlete is Reagan Patterson, a diver from Madison Southern High School. Welcome in, Reagan.
Hi, I'm Reagan. It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, tell us a little bit about diving and how or who got you interested in diving.
Well, my parents put my older sister into diving and kind of just wanted us all to start it, and we all fell in love with it. So I've been doing it ever since.
So I'm a little bit familiar with diving myself, being a former coach. So tell me about your list and what's the hardest dives that you do?
The hardest dive on 1 meter that I do, which is high school, 1 meter is high school, I do front 2.5. That's going forward, 2 flips and a half. So I land on my head. That's probably the hardest dive I have right now.
That's pretty good dive for 1 meter. Do you do it pike or tuck?
Tuck.
Still a very good DD dive for 1 meter. So talk about your recent win. You're the regional swimming and diving champion. Talk a little bit about that experience.
It was a great experience. It's one of those things where in meets, you just have to trust the training and just relax and let your training do the process, and the results will come. You just have to stay relaxed.
Well, that's a very, very good approach, especially in a sport like diving. Are you looking forward to the state meet?
Yes, I am very.
So who's the competition, other than you, of course?
Well, there's a lot of good girls, but my main competition is Peyton Moore from Cooper, and me and her have been like going back and forth the past couple of seasons, and so I think it'll be a good competition. She's very good.
That's great. It's always good to know what the competition is. So do you plan to dive in college?
Yes, I do. I've been on several recruiting trips, and I'm hoping to commit to college soon. So.
Fantastic. Well, let's talk about your academic accomplishments. You're a really good student with a 4.2 grade point average. Do you have a favorite subject or academic area?
Right now, my favorite subject is probably history. I really like my AP US history class right now.
Discuss your time management plan. I know you spend a lot of time in the pool, so talk about how you balance sports and all your academic activities.
So I have practice 6 days a week. It's from 6:15 to 8:30. So if I have a lot of homework, I'll do it before practice, and then if I have more homework, I'll do it after practice, just to try to keep up.
Well, you've got good organizational skills, I can tell. Well, that's it, really. I really appreciate you taking your time out to be on the Scholastic Ball Report, and thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Here is our Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week, LCA at Lexington Catholic. And Lexington Catholic senior Reese Potter put on a first quarter show. He would cap off the first 8 minutes of the game with his steal and slam. He had 17 on the night, 12 in the first quarter in a variety of ways. But this basket, the steal and slam, is our Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
We all want more of a good thing.
More.
And Miss Moore was no different.
More.
As her name suggested, she loved more.
More. More.
So when Miss Moore was injured, she called Morgan & Morgan. With more lawyers, more offices, and more than $15 billion recovered, she didn't have to ask for more anymore. When you're injured, you deserve more. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Auto accidents happen to all of us, and it can be a very stressful time. Let Renfro's Collision make the repair process easier for you. They have the training and equipment to repair your vehicle back to pre-accident condition. You have the right to choose your repair facility. So why not choose the one who works for you and not the insurance company? Your family safety is our #1 concern. Renfro's Collision, 22 years of excellent service, and that's not by accident.
Welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report for the UK Sports Medicine and Healthcare Athletic Training Tips segment. Today we have athletic trainer Jenny DeAngelis from Frederick Douglass High School to talk about taping versus bracing. Welcome in, Jenny.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
So let's talk about what the difference is between taping and bracing.
I think the main difference is, with taping, we have a little more flexibility in some of the stuff that we can do. Bracing, you're a little more restricted. But also there's different times that we would use certain ones versus the other based on whether it's an acute injury or something that's a little more chronic. So the taping, like I said, gives us a little more flexibility. But that's the main difference.
So what's the biggest misconception about either?
I think with the kids, the biggest misconception is they can kind of come in and say, I want my ankle taped. And they don't really know what the injury is, or it's just my ankle hurts, but they can't really articulate what it is. So a lot of the time it's us going through an evaluation and saying, okay, I understand that, you think this is ankle pain, but it's actually your Achilles tendon. So the tape or brace really isn't going to help this. There's certain things that we need to do, rehab exercises, and really get down to the root of the problem before we just kind of put some tape on it. And that is what they think is the end all be all, but there's a little more to the equation than just, hey, I need my ankle taped.
It seems like athletic trainers do a lot more taping than anything else. Talk about that.
It's a really big tool in our toolbox. So we use taping as a mechanism to get the athletes back on the field. So it's something, in the middle of a game, if an injury happens, that's one of those tools that we can use to say, okay, we're going to try this. It may work really well, but it may not. And if it doesn't, then we'll try something else. So that's the taping and understanding the anatomy behind it really gives us a level playing field to kind of get the athlete within reason back out on the field quicker, but also, keeping their safety in mind as well.
Are there any playing rules that prohibit braces or require padding on them?
One of the big ones that KHSAA has is hard casts, and you see that a lot in football and soccer and things like that. So it's not as prevalent in, basketball, baseball, softball, things like that, because they have to use their hands. It's more like the dexterity is a little more involved. So for that, it's, we have to use, I believe it's a 1/2 inch of padding around the entirety of the cast. So you see people that are playing football and it looks like they have that big club on their hand. That's because we're required to cover the whole thing in cast padding. And that way, as long as they can do the things they need to do without endangering themselves or hurting themselves more, we can definitely just kind of club it up and let them play and do whatever it is that they need to do.
Well, thank you, Jenny, for that important information on taping and bracing and for being on the Scholastic Ball Report today.
And like I said, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure to be here.
That's it from Jenny DeAngelis from UK Sports Medicine with another great athletic training tip. We'll be right back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Just down the road at Bryan Station, the Defenders have won 6 of their last 8, with those 2 setbacks coming in overtime. On the other hand, Henry Clay has lost 6 of their last 8. A flurry of action right before the half. Late second quarter, Station's Rashad Faulkner. Baseline layup gets it to drop. Henry Clay goes outside. Mason Hawkins, quick pull-up. He had 9. I promise you, right back the other way. Jaden Biggers, this guy plays well when WKYT shows up. This one belongs to the visiting Devils, 64-56, the final.
A week ago, defending 12th region champion and state semifinalist Lincoln County was enjoying a 12-game winning streak, the longest run in such a rattling 18 straight since 2014. The Patriots have lost 2 straight. Danville trying to make it 3. First quarter, Lincoln's Colton Ralston, the dime to the cutting Jackson Sims. That's the first bucket of the game. Danville would answer, swing it around to Josh Bixler. He nails the 3. Adds up 1. More from the Patriots, though. Connor Davis pushes it up the court, into the lane, spins, and 1. Danville wins a close one, 57-55.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Do you suffer from knee pain? Ever been diagnosed with osteoarthritis or worried about the risks involved with knee surgery?
It hurt all the time, like the nerves were rubbing against each other.
I was at the point of either replace my knees because I'm tired of this pain.
Get the relief you need without surgery. We're Arthritis Knee Pain Centers, the premier leaders in non-surgical knee pain treatments. Instead of surgically replacing your knees, our state-of-the-art procedures replenish the depleted natural cushioning in your joints with an FDA-approved shock-absorbing gel, without surgery and without downtime.
After the first injection, I knew it was going to work.
We've successfully treated thousands of patients. Medicare and most private insurance cover this procedure.
Full motion, no pain, walking, everything just back normal like it used to be.
Now with locations in Lexington, call 1-800-829-5680 for a free no-obligation knee pain assessment or go to arthritis-kneepain.com.
Well, that's our show for this week. Join us next week for another show of the Scholastic Ball Report highlighting high school athletes. As always, special thanks to the Scholastic Ball Report team. We want to thank Pretspin's King of Stream, William Warfield, Joel Clace, our director, WKYT, Bridget DeVries, our executive producer, and also the WKYT sports staff, Brian Milam, Lee K. Howard, Lindsey Gall. And remember, for those you see and you don't see, keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Clark's Pump and Shop, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.